What's up, everybody? It's your boy DK Bones here with a James Bond update. Well, sort of update, but um, it's coming from the casting director, a former casting director that used to work with the Broccoli's on picking James Bond. And she's basically saying that the process that Amazon's taking to pick the new 007 is garbage. And it's basically garbage. I'm going to go in the article. I'm going to read some of the article, give my comments, and see what you guys think. This article is from Cosmic Book News by William Harrigan. Uh, so, if you want to know how badly Internet's James Bond shortlist is missing the point, ask the woman who has actually cast in the last three 007s. Debbie McWilliams ran casting on Bond's franchise for 40 years, from 1981's For Your Eyes Only through 2021's No Time to Die. She worked on 13 of the 25 films alongside QB Broccoli and then Barbara Broccoli. And she is the person who helped land Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. Um, I like two out of the three. I like Pierce Brosnan. I like Daniel Craig. Timothy Dalton, he was an okay James Bond. He fit the role for the films that they had. Let me just say that. And they didn't really want Timothy Dalton. They wanted Pierce Brosnan, but Pierce Brosnan was wrapped up in his TV show where they signed back in the day. They signed contracts with TV shows. I think it was Remington Still he was in. Anyway, that's a side story. So when the Independent handed her the saying Coleman Turner, Jacob Aldery, and Harrison Dixon names topping every frontliner list, McWilliams did not blink. I don't want to see any of them as James Bond. So basically said these guys are trash. She don't want to see any of these guys as James Bond. Her reasoning cuts against the entire premise of the current rumor mill. To McWilliams' fame is not an asset for James Bond, it's a liability. So basically, there are a lot of people that played Bond were no names. Pierce Brosnan I want to say he was a big name because of Remington Still, but a lot of people don't know he played in Remington Still. Anyways, a spy only works if the audience knows almost nothing about the man playing him. There's a problem with the current crop of rumor names. We already know not too much. We already know too much prestige TV roles, tabloid attention, the public image, and the whole celebrity footprint that comes with them. Williams wants the next 007 to arrive completely out of the blue. The same logic that always made the Henry Cavill push feel off, too obvious and too established, too known. And that's the problem with Henry Cavill. A lot of people don't agree with me. Yeah, he looks the part, but you think of Henry Cavill, you think of Clark Kent, Superman. You think like he's a big name now. If he would have played 007 before playing Clark Kent, I don't think there would have been a problem. But yeah, I agree with her there. McWilliams also cuts through another part of the debate that Hollywood keeps trying to overcomplicate. The role lives or dies on one thing that casting has to sell. The man can actually kill, and that's what you look at some of these guys that they're picking. Yeah, they don't look like the violent type at all. Anyways, lose that and you lose Bond. There's a piece of that is the piece a lot of internet casting's missing. Bond is not just a tuxedo, a haircut, and a studio-approved face. The actor has to carry danger. He has to feel like a weapon before he ever picks up one. And I think that's what they did with Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig proved the public gets Bond casting wrong. McWilliams has earned the right to say all this because she has been here before. Dan Craig was, but by her account, a near universal hated choice. When he was announced, he had no support from studio, no support from the director. Then came the infamous press conference where he arrived by speedboat looking miserable. And I remember that to this day. Yeah. What was that movie he was in? It was a British movie. It was about gangsters and stuff. He got killed at the end. But that's when I was like, oh man, this guy might look the part for James Bond. After there came a pile on over everything he supposedly could not do. Then Craig went on to become one of the best James Bonds the franchise ever had. Uh, yeah, probably. The Williams takeaway is blunt. Do not ask the public who they want because they don't know. And that's my whole thing is like, yeah, we say, oh, yeah, this guy looks apart or whatever, but I think it should be a totally unknown person where you're caught out of the blue, where you're like, oh, man, this guy's a good actor. Where this guy come from? This is a direct shot of Consent's front-runner coverage that already has Coleman Turner penciled in as a favorite before a single name has been confirmed. And yeah, you saw my video before. I don't like the guys look okay, but I'm not sold they could be James Bond. She also takes shots at Jeff Bezos. McWilliams also was not impressed with Jeff Bezos, who's an Amazon seized creative control of franchise in 2005, marked the occasion by asking the masses on X who should be the next Bond. And it shouldn't even be up to the audience. Like, I like how they did stuff back then. It's like we're gonna find a no-name actor, and it's gonna catch you guys off guard, and he's gonna play the role good. Her message was clear: crowdsourcing is not how you cast a movie. And while she rates Dennis Villanueva as a director, McWilliams puts her finger on what she sees as the real problem under the new ownership: the absence of Barbara Broccoli. And yeah, basically, Barbara lived, breathed Bond in a way a corporate parent simply can't replicate. And that's what a lot of things, and not going on a tangent, a lot of these companies are buying up these mom and pop things. It could be Amazon, Walmart, or whatever, and they don't know what they have. They have real gold, and they tarnish it. They tarnish all this stuff. Amazon's done it with Lord of the Rings. Disney's done it with Star Wars. They've done it with Willow, Indiana Jones. Like, they don't know what they have. If they just the right people, put the right people in the right places instead of hiring people you like. Just hire people that love what they're doing, and a lot of people don't love that. McWilliams also raised obviously story problem. Nobody in Amazon seems eager to answer. Bond died and no time died. Yeah, that's a big problem. She also goes on to agree with Idris Elba that the next Bond shouldn't be woke, and a reason why. We can go on to a whole long tangent on that. She also says McWilliams retired before the takeover, and the decision now runs through the runway of producers Amy Pascal and David Heyman, and current casting director Nia Gold of Game of Thrones and The Crown veteran, with the next round of auditions set for August. But there's still major reality check from one voice in the conversation with 3 Bonds on her resume. And I cannot agree with her more that Amazon needs to think out of the box on this one. I don't think any of the front runners they say they have as front runners are good roles for the next Bond. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hit that like button, share, and sub up. I'll talk to you guys next time. Stay blessed.